Good morning and welcome to the Morning Blend Extra. Today is Friday, January 31st, and I am Jake Pearson. Coming up on today's show, we'll look at unique sporting events, Super Bowl preparations, tax tips, and the upcoming Grammy Awards. But first, let's take a quick look at the weather forecast. Now, as we can see here, a little bit of a weather roller coaster. We've got 40 degrees for a high today, and we're going to first alert you due to all of that rain that we're possibly getting and the possibility of some standing water as well. We've got a low of 24 tonight. Coming up tomorrow, Saturday, the first day of February, we've got a high of 36 and a low of 31. I do believe that there is a little bit of a chance for some snow flurries coming up later Saturday evening, but we will have to wait and see. Of course, we have a gorgeous day, at least for February standards, coming up on Sunday. We've got 50 degrees for the high on our Groundhog Day, and we're going to have 30 degrees as a low. And then as we continue on throughout next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way through the end of the week, we have temperatures in the mid to lower 30s, except for Monday, 38 degrees. Not too shabby, but man, oh man, that sure doesn't compare to that 50-degree Sunday that we have there on Groundhog Day. Man, I still don't really understand quite even how that works with Groundhog Day, with seeing your shadow. Live pictures here from the East State Street Cam, primetime audio video East State Street Cam. Again, as you can see, a little bit of rain out there, slick roadways, a little bit of rain even there on our camera. So if you are heading out the door anytime soon here, that is going to be something you're going to want to prepare for. There's one sport that's more popular than ever this time of year. Of course, I'm talking about competitive cup stacking. About 120 cup stacking athletes met in Wisconsin for the Winter Stack Up. Reporter Talil Mohideen has the story.
Quick hands and an intense focus. That's how 12-year-old Iker Castro helped his relay team take home the blue ribbon.
Feels good that you know that you got first place and that you tried your best and you achieved your goal.
At Olympia Brown Elementary in Racine,
the ice stackers.
Dozens of athletes from all over the country are competing in the Wisconsin Winter Stack Up.
Really helps kids develop good sportsmanship. It helps them build confidence and focus on something that they can immediately see improvement on.
USA Sports Stacking Director Lisa Berman tells me the sport has grown quite a bit since it began in the 80s, with some of the best stackers competing on an international stage. Randy Olmstead, a member of the national team, is one of the sport's most elite players.
As I've grown older, the community keeps me around. I love the network of people that I have met from different countries and the opportunities that it has gave me.
With some help from the pro,
right, left,
I decided to give it a try.
Did that wrong. I don't remember the reverse.
And it's a lot harder than it looks. Whether you're new to the sport,
inspires me to be better and to one day try to be like that.
Or a pro,
I get quite sweaty stacking cups.
everyone here says there's fun to be had. In Racine, Talil Mohideen, TMJ4 News.
In other sports news, preparations for Super Bowl 59 are well underway. Super Bowl footballs began production the second that the Kansas City Chiefs won the AFC Championship game Sunday night at Wilson Football Factory in Ada, Ohio. Both the Eagles and the Chiefs will get exactly 108 balls, all made on the factory floor. The balls are cut on site, stamped and stitched, filled with a bladder and laced up for the big game. Each ball made must pass an inspection before it gets shipped to the teams so they can begin to practice with the balls that you'll eventually see on Super Bowl Sunday. If you're hosting a watch party for the big game this year, you can budget about the same as last year for store-bought food and drinks. According to a Wells Fargo report, if you're feeding 10 people a spread of chicken wings, guacamole, chips, and beer, it will cost you about $139. That's just 10 cents more than last year's price. The cost of beer and some food items have gone up, but the cost of others have gone down, which almost balances out the total. Coming up, tax changes are taking effect this year. We'll have that and more after the break.
Every day, the colors of life, the choices we make, are blurry. Rising prices, our safety, and our future. At WIFR, we bring them into focus. We cover all sides so you can decide breaking news so you stay informed, and first alerts so you can plan ahead. When life gets blurry, focus on WIFR, putting you first.
From the future, from the hard-hitting action of your Rockford Ice Hogs.
Shot on it. Slaggert scores! Sit down to the goal line, draped it across, they score! It's Joey Anderson with a hat trick!
Local baseball action with your Beloit Sky Car.
He's at the wall, and that ball is gone!
To watching the best high school teams across Illinois battle in IHSA football and basketball championships. Exciting college basketball from the MVC. To the now of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Score! Here's Bernard with a shot. Scores! What a goal!
The Chicago Bulls.
Drives it all the way. Dunk it, Kobe White. Get up or get out the way.
And the Chicago White Sox. The hottest sports action can be seen on the channels of WSLN, the state line's home for sports.
There's some winter weather advisories.
Winter is here, and so is WIFR First Alert Weather, tracking it all. And when conditions change, you'll know first. WIFR First Alert Weather, putting you first all winter long. Growing your business takes a partner you know and trust. Our digital marketing experts know how to reach your customers. At Gray Digital Media, we can help because we know local. Let's connect today. GDMRockford.com.
Welcome back to the Morning Blend Extra. It's something that not everybody wants to hear, but tax season is officially here. The IRS began accepting and processing tax returns on Monday. The deadline to file is April 15th, and there are some important new changes that taxpayers should know. Jen Sullivan has tips to help you through the process of filing.
You can now begin filing your 2024 taxes, and there are benefits to filing early.
One of the biggest benefits is the refund.
Lisa Green Lewis with TurboTax says the sooner you file, the sooner you'll receive a refund if you're owed money. Last year, the IRS says the average refund was slightly over $3,100.
For some people, that's the biggest check they get all year.
If you make a mistake, you'll have plenty of time to fix it after the IRS notifies you of an error.
One of the most common mistakes is just gathering the wrong Social Security number for your dependents.
One of the biggest changes this year, if you were paid for goods or services through a payment app or online marketplace, and the transactions combined exceeded $5,000, you may get a 1099-K.
When you sign up for those platforms to either take payment or make sales, they're going to take all of your information, your personal information and the like, probably your Social Security number or an EIN if you're a business. So they're going to issue it right to you.
Andy Phillips with H&R Block says taxpayers who have had a life-changing event in 2024 will also see big changes. That means if you got married, had a child, purchased a home for the first time, moved to a new state, or started receiving Social Security. For parents who file jointly and make less than $400,000 a year, you could receive a child tax credit for all children under the age of 17 at the end of the tax year.
Up to $1,700 of that $2,000 is refundable. What that means is you can get that even if you don't owe taxes.
Other tax credits offered up to $7,500 for buying an electric vehicle. And if you made any energy efficient changes to your home, you could also qualify for a credit. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
The Grammys are this Sunday on CBS, and the winner of the 2025 Music Educator Award was just revealed. This year, the winner is Adrian Macklin of Cordova High School in Memphis, Tennessee. For almost 20 years, Macklin has taken his choirs around the country to showcase their talents. His students call him a real deal father figure inside and outside of the classroom. CBS's Nancy Chen visited the school.
When you consider the number of lives that you've impacted, what do you think?
Oh gosh, there are kids that come in, they're dealing with things, they're troubled. I've had kids come in homeless, and my smile, me caring for them, I know that I've made a change in them.
You can watch the full Grammy Awards this Sunday at 7 p.m. Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Coming up, a new science fiction film blends genres of horror, comedy, and romance. We'll take a look at Companion after the break.
From the future, From the hard-hitting action of your Rockford Ice
Shot
Hawks
on net. Slaggert scores! Takes it down to the goal line. Draped it across. They score! It's Joey Anderson with a hat trick.
local baseball action with your Beloit Skycar,
He's at the wall, and that ball is gone!
to watching the best high school teams across Illinois battle in IHSA football and basketball championships. Exciting college basketball from the MVC. To the now of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Score! Here's Bernard with a shot. Scores! What a goal!
The Chicago Bulls.
Drives in. All the way! Dunk it! Dunk it, Kobe White! Get up or get out the way!
And the Chicago White Sox. The hottest sports action can be seen on the channels of WSLN, the State Line's home for sports.
Welcome back to the Morning Blend Extra. A new horror comedy opening this weekend puts more than one twist on some familiar movie tropes. David Daniel talked with the creator and stars of Companion.
There have been two moments in my life when I was happiest. The first was the day I met Josh.
I'm Josh.
I'm Iris. And the second, the day I killed him.
A doting girlfriend discovers she's a robot in Companion.
Iris, wake up.
What are you doing? Shut her down already.
What is she talking about, Josh?
Writer-director Drew Hancock says the setup just popped into his head.
Okay, three couples go to a cabin in the middle of the woods. One of them finds out they're a robot. Things go crazy.
But the main character in his intended AI Goes Wrong script surprised him.
She's a character with so much empathy and vulnerability, and I feel like I'm always drawn to that.
I started to realize, oh my gosh, I'm actually relating to the robot more than I'm relating to the human characters. And then it just became, can I tell this story, you know, where the most relatable character is actually not human?
Like Sophie said, this is one of the best scripts I've ever read. I love that Josh is the antagonist, but he's a character that thinks he's the hero, which I think is so fascinating to play. I think the best villains are written that way.
Wow, Josh.
Eli, Iris, shh, baby, you're on the phone.
You'd never judge a book by its cover. You know, no one is who they seem, and clearly not in this movie.
I know it's gonna sound cheesy, but the moment we locked eyes, there was just a spark.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's going to wrap up the Morning Blend Extra for today. We'll see you in a couple hours.